Today we're diving into the future where economic powerhouses are born and fortunes are made, but hold onto your seats because the statistics we are about to unravel might just redefine the way you view developing nations. Before we unveil the top 10 developing countries destined for prosperity by 2050, let me peel back the curtain on the criteria we've used. No, we are not predicting the future with crystal balls. We are relying on current economic trends, growth potential and predictions of international organizations like United Nations, IMF, World Bank, OECD and other. But wait, aren't the IMF and World Bank part of the United Nations system? Good day, Mr. MIB in the house. Think of the UN, IMF and the World Bank like three poles working on global solutions. The UN is like the big gathering where countries chat about world stuff. The IMF deals with quick fixes for countries facing financial chaos, loans, advice, you name it. Then the World Bank is into long-term projects like building schools and improving healthcare, all to make the world a better place. They are not officially in the same club, but they are definitely in the same neighborhood, helping out when the world needs it. It's like teamwork without the capes. Economic development isn't just about fancy numbers on a screen, it's about transforming lives, lifting nations and shaping the global stage. Imagine a world where today's underdogs become tomorrow's economic giants. Buckle up, because that world is closer than you think. Now, let's kick off our journey with the country that's been making waves on the African continent, Nigeria. Currently, Nigeria stands as one of the largest economies in Africa, but that's just the beginning. With the population set to surpass 400 million by 2050, Nigeria is poised for tremendous growth. But what's fueling this potential economic boom? Get this, Nigeria is diversifying its economy beyond all, investing heavily in sectors like agriculture, technology and manufacturing. These strategic moves are set to catapult Nigeria into a new era of economic prosperity. Imagine, by 2050, experts predict Nigeria's GDP to skyrocket, potentially reaching $6 trillion. This isn't just growth, it's a financial revolution. But before we continue, try to guess top 5 countries in the list and write them in the comment section. Let's see how close you are. Vietnam, a country not just steeped in history but also hurtling towards an economic renaissance. Imagine a land where economic progress echoes through ancient templates and modern skyscrapers alike. But why Vietnam, you ask? Vietnam has strategically positioned itself for future prosperity. Its dynamic workforce, combined with policies attracting foreign investment, is turning heads globally. Vietnam is not just a country, it's a blueprint for economic transformation. Pause for a moment to acknowledge Vietnam's achievements. A tech sector that's buzzing, manufacturing pros that unrivaled, and a tourism industry that beacons the world. The numbers speak for themselves, with the growth rates consistently outpacing the global average. And here is a population twist. By 2050, Vietnam's population is estimated to reach around 120 million people, adding to the vibrancy of this economic powerhouse. Experts foresee Vietnam's GDP soaring to a jaw-dropping $4 trillion by 2050. Vietnam isn't just on the rise, it's orchestrating a symphony of growth and progress. As we journey through the economic wonders of the world, our next stop is a nation where the future is being woven into the fabric of progress. Welcome to Bangladesh. This land of rivers is not just flowing with water, it's flowing with economic potential. Let's take a panoramic view of Bangladesh's economic landscape. With a steady GDP growth rate, Bangladesh is not just keeping pace but sprinting towards prosperity. Now, what's fueling this economic juggernaut? Bangladesh, often hailed as the garment capital of the world, has a thriving textile and apparel industry, contributing significantly to its economic prowess. Check the label of your t-shirt because you may find there "Made in Bangladesh." Agriculture Agriculture too plays a vital role, and the technology sector is rapidly gaining ground. Now, here is the exciting part. By 2050, experts predict Bangladesh's GDP to hit a whopping $3 trillion, making an extraordinary step into economic prominence. But that's not all. As we talk about the numbers, let's delve into the demographics. By 2050, Bangladesh's population is projected to reach around 200 million people. It's not just a growing economy, it's a nation shaping its destiny with a perfect blend of tradition and innovation. Fasten your seatbelts, because we are now jetting off to the vibrant land of fiestas and economic fiestas, Mexico. Beyond its captivating culture and delicious cuisine, Mexico is scripting an economic tale and demands our attention. Let's start with a snapshot of Mexico's current economic standing. A member of the $1 trillion club, Mexico boasts a diverse economy that's not just weathering storms but riding with on a wave of resilience. Unlocking the secrets of Mexico's economic growth reveals a blend of factors. From a young and dynamic workforce to strategic geographic positioning, Mexico is becoming a global economic force. But here is the plot twist that keeps the tale riveting. With the exports booming and industries evolving, Mexico is shaping up to be a key player in the global economic arena. And here is the grand final in the economic fireworks display. By 2050, experts predict Mexico's GDP could ascend to an astonishing $5 trillion. But hold on, because the story doesn't end there. By 2050, Mexico's population is estimated to reach around 150 million people, adding a dynamic dimensions to its economic journey. Mexico isn't just a destination for sun and fun, it's a force to be reckoned with in the future of global economies. Turkey, a country pulsating with economic potential, is poised for a grand resurgence. Geographically, it's the envy of nations, with a strategic location connecting Europe and Asia. But how does this translate in an economic prose? Turkey's strategic position isn't just a geographical stroke of luck, it's a gateway to global trade. As trade routes evolve, Turkey stands to benefit, becoming a hub for commerce and cultural exchange. Now, let's dive into the economic tapestry. Sectors like tourism, manufacturing, and technology are propelling Turkey into the future. With a diversified economy, Turkey is not just adapting to change, it's shaping change. By 2050, experts predict Turkish GDP to soar an immersive $4 trillion. It's not just a growth, it's a testament to a nation's resilience and vision. But wait for the demographic twist. As Turkey's economic symphony plays on, by 2050, the population is estimated to reach around 100 million people. It's not just numbers, it's a nation crafting its narrative on the world stage. Brazil is not just home for Amazon rainforest, it's also home to economies that flexes its muscles. With the GDP approaching $2 trillion, Brazil's economic strength is making waves on the global stage. But what's propelling Brazil to these economic heights? It's not just the samba and soccer, it's a combination of rich natural resources and robust agricultural sector and the growing energy industry. Brazil isn't just rising, it's ascending as a global economic player. Now let's talk challenges and opportunities. Brazil faces hurdles like political instability and environmental concerns, but amid these challenges lie opportunities for innovation, sustainable development, and of course increased global partnerships. But here is the economic cliffhanger. By 2050, experts predict Brazil's GDP could surpass $4 trillion, marking a meteoric rise. But that's not all. The population is estimated to reach around 230 million, creating a demographic landscape that adds another layer to Brazil's economic narrative. Not to miss our next videos, please subscribe and hit the like button. Time to set our compass towards the cradle of civilization, Egypt. Beyond the pyramids and the Nile, Egypt is carving a new economic legacy. Did you know that Egypt's economy is not just steeped in ancient history, but is also charting a course for a modern economic renaissance? With the GDP exceeding $300 billion, Egypt is on the move. But what's fueling this economic engine? It's a blend of strategic factors, a young and growing population, a diversified economy spanning agriculture, manufacturing and services, and strategic geographical positioning as a gateway between Africa and the Middle East. And here is the economic magic trick. By 2050, experts predict Egypt's GDP could surpass $3 trillion, with a population projected to reach around 150 million. Egypt is not just preserving its historical legacy, it's scripting a bold economic future. With the GDP surpassing $400 billion, Philippines is not just an archipelago of islands, but a treasure trove of economic potential. This Southeast Asian gem is shining bright on the global economic stage. A fusion of factors fuel this economic fiesta: a young and dynamic workforce, a growing outsourcing industry, and a surge in remittances. According to the Central Bank of Philippines, personal cash remittances grew 3.6% to $36 billion in 2022. That is equivalent to 9% of the country's GDP. By 2050, experts predict the Philippines' GDP could surpass $2 trillion, but that's not all. With the population expected to reach around 150 million, the Philippines is not just an archipelago of islands, it's an archipelago of economic dynamism. I agree. It might be predictable, but it wouldn't be possible to imagine this list without this huge and prospective country, India. With a staggering GDP exceeding $3.4 trillion, it isn't just a country. It's an economic powerhouse, but what's fueling this behemoth of growth? It's a combination of factors: a massive and young workforce, a booming technology sector, and a thriving entrepreneurial spirit. From information technology and pharmaceuticals to renewable energy and manufacturing, India is not just participating in the global economic race, it's leading the charge. By 2050, experts predict India's GDP could surpass a mind-boggling $20 trillion. But the real magic lies in demographics, with the population expected to reach a whopping 1.7 billion. I'll repeat it one more time: 1.7 billion. India is not just a country, it's a demographic force that reshaping the global economic landscape. But wait, there is more. India isn't just riding on past achievements, it's steering toward the future with ambitious government initiatives from Making India to Digital India. Those initiatives aren't just slogans, they are blueprints for a future where India doesn't just participate, it dominates the global economic arena. Get ready to witness the dragon that's been breathing economic fire across the globe: China. Beyond the Great Wall and ancient traditions, China stands today as an economic titan, and the story of its dominance is nothing short of awe-inspiring. With a GDP that eclipses $18 trillion, China isn't just a rising star, it's a celestial force in the economic galaxy. But how did this dragon ascend to the top? It's a tale of strategic planning, rapid industrialization, and a relentless pursuit of innovation. What's on the horizon? Continued dominance. China is not just resting on its laurels, it's embracing future strategies like the Belt and Road Initiative, technological innovation, and green initiatives. Guys, if you want a video about One Belt, One Road initiative, write it in the comment section and hit a like button. Believe me, this project is something out of this world, and the numbers, sizes, and scales can shock literally anyone. But let's come back to China. By 2050, experts predict China's GDP could soar to an astronomical $40 trillion. But it's not just about the numbers, it's about people, with the population expected to stabilize at around 1.4 billion. And this is a truly unique case, where population growth is not one of the key factors in rapid economic growth. A focus on developing domestic consumption, improving the quality of life, and increasing productivity are the engines of China's economic growth in the 21st century. China's influence isn't just confined with its borders, it's a global force shaping the economic landscape. From trade partnerships to technological advancements, China's role in the world is not just pivotal, it's defining the future. What a journey through the economic landscapes of the future! From the bustling streets of Nigeria to the vibrant markets of China, we've explored the top 10 developing countries destined for greatness by 2050. By the middle of the century, these countries collectively could reshape the global economic landscape. Imagine a world where economic powerhouses are not just confined to the familiar names, it's a thrilling prospect that demands our attention. I encourage you to write in the comment section your personal opinion about economic potential of these countries. Don't hesitate to mention other countries you find really prospective and explain why they are. Remember, we are building the community of smart, curious, and thinking people, so discussions are welcome. Don't tell you goodbye, as I'll see you very soon.